family I got a kid coming up. He ain't congratulate me not one time, bro. Literally, not one time did he congratulate me on having a kid, bro. Not one time did he congratulate me on getting married, bro. Not one time, bro. He don't care about that. So I gotta make sure that I put myself in the position to put my family in the best position possible, bro. I made a promise to myself that my kid will never be born. I will not have a kid born in the same financial situation that I was born in when I came into this world, and I'd be damned if I go out and let my kid go fall into that same trap, bro. When they grow up, I promise you they're gonna be on a different status. This is gonna be a whole new level of Bitcoin when my child turns 18, and I can't wait to see it. But I gotta make sure, for at the time being, for right now, that everything is buttoned up and zipped up properly to make sure that we get there, bro. There's no excuses, none.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me. Not for the time that I've spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains. I wasn't made to be a player, I was made to build the game.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty Trunk Podcast with an elephant as always. Welcome, it's me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack, and we're back in the lab once again at 6:08. But
Don't even go there. Don't even go there. You cutting into my running time.
I apologize. But before we get started, please trample over that like and subscribe button. We do this for y'all because we love y'all and we just want to give y'all the motivation to be better than y'all were yesterday.
Yes, sir. I ain't want to admit it, but we all on a little later than we normally are. About
Just
2
a little
hours
bit.
shy. It's about 2 hours shy of where we usually start at. I had this whole elaborate plan to get up, and as soon as I was gonna do the podcast, and then like that by that time the sky will just start to be getting like the sun will just start to be coming up, and I can go out and I can give me a little run in before I wake Alyssa up and mark shit all over that plan. It was all good. It happens. It happens. It happens. It happens. What they say? If your plans ain't getting screwed up in the process of making them or trying to achieve them, then you ain't making the right plans.
Ooh. That's facts. And it's like be flexible to change, because it sometimes that change is necessary. It can actually lead into a blessing for real. So like, don't even, if y'all are hearing this, don't even stress over things like that. Like, it's people are human, people make mistakes. It happens. It happens.
Like you believe in divine intervention?
Oh yeah.
Like, like I planned on being out there about 5:30 this morning. Who knows? Like I could have ran across some trouble at 5:30. The same that like I'd have ran across it at 5:30, and if I go at like 7 o'clock, I wouldn't see that same trouble. So yeah, everything happens for a reason, man. Like I like to pretend like I believe that all the time, but it's like certain stuff I'm just like, you know what? I ain't really feeling that right now. But this is one of those things that's kind of chill and laid back. But yeah. When it comes to people, I don't know if I necessarily. Yeah, I learned this week, Brad, that I'm really cynical. That's why I said that. I wanted to talk about that, but go ahead. What's up?
I had a friend had told me a story that was like, it kind of brought that to light. Like I think they were coming back from some type of vacation or something with the whole family or whatever, and the way they usually take to get back home, like something had happened, or like one of them wasn't feeling right, so they was like, all right, we're gonna take this other route. And it turns out that the route that they normally took, it was a traffic jam, and a tanker had exploded, and it had killed and severely injured, like I think from what a tanker was to like 3 to 4 cars backwards. Like that, it was a whole section that had got
That's
messed up
lucky.
real bad. So right. So I was like, oh man, that's blessing in disguise, you know. It you have like serious moments like that where it's like, you know, you kind of have no other choice but to, you know, not I ain't gonna say believe, but you know, give thanks or be grateful that, you know, things happen the way they did.
Yeah, but I don't know how we got there from a topic about starting the podcast late, but you know, we welcome to the Dirty Trump podcast where we get
Facts.
extra deep over nothing.
These are facts. These are facts. But
Nah,
how's your week been, sir?
um, uh, uh, I've
Oh,
come to the
that bad?
conclusion. I've come to the conclusion that I am tired of letting kids tell me what to do with my
Ooh,
life.
okay.
And what I mean by that is that I'm tired of being in situations where somebody who less qualified than me is doing something. You know, they got a title that outranks me, so they think they better than me. And I got tired of that. So I started acting like I got tired of that. When I started acting like I got tired of that, I started seeing a shift in things on a relational level. So like I made the decision that I won't gonna tolerate no more bullshit from nobody. And this conversation might actually get me in trouble, but I made the decision that I won't gonna take no bullshit from nobody, and I won't gonna stand up to people's negativity, and I won't gonna stand up to you trying to tear me down just to try to build you up. So when I made that decision, I noticed that people stopped coming to me for certain stuff. I noticed that people let me leave me alone and let me do my damn job. I noticed that. So, with that being said, um, man, because like I can respect somebody who in the same fight with me, bro. But it's hard to respect somebody who just doing stuff just to push their own agenda, bro. Like I promise you, it is, dog. Like you think you in a leadership position, and you think like you got stuff going on, and you just trying to push you. You just trying to make sure you straight. You just trying to make sure, because you just got married or you just had a baby or whatever the case is, and you think you can just come in and just like step on people's necks and jump off of people's heads like Super Mario just to push yourself up. And for the most part, it's been working, bro. But I'm not about to stand for it. So that's been going on in my work life. But I'm starting to notice like, yo, this is just like, because I talked to somebody about it, and it was like, yo, this is like, whether you at a job or not, like, it's just people that's just beyond that. It's people that just like, yo, I'm gonna make sure my
Mm.
family eat. I don't care nothing about yours. Like, even if you go tell them that, yo, what you doing is disrupting me over here, they just like, oh well, hey, I ain't got nothing to do with that. And like, that's your problem. But yeah, bro, like, so I just decided that, yo, I'm not letting no kids do this to me, bro. I'm not letting nobody that's almost 10 years younger than me try to play me like I'm a fool, bro. Like I can't do it, dog. Like I like mentally, like I'm just there. Like I'm in a space right now where I'm in a huge transition point too, bro. I'm in a huge transition point, and especially now with the class, with the dang, with the module that I just did on my class last week, bro. Tell me why we talking about self-assessing.
Come on, look at that. Look at that.
So they are teaching it in college, Mark. They are teaching it.
Word.
It's coming up somewhere. Like Alyssa said, she ain't never really had this class per se, but bro,
Mm.
it's coming up somewhere. Like I'm in a class called Personal Leadership and Academic Success, and I'm like, yo, so y'all people who did business, y'all did business management, and y'all not going through this part, like yo, for real. Like I understand now that corporate America ain't teaching you to take care of other people. So it is what it is, bro. That's how my week been. Like I'm done. I'm tired. Yeah, that's
I'm
how my week
tired.
has been.
Tired.
Yeah.
Jesus. All right. Well, I ain't have that much going on, but like I've so I ain't have all that. I ain't had like kind of did. So the incident that sparked this topic, right? So it's kind of similar, but like I had a family member reach out to me, voice their concern about the things I had going on in my financial life and the things my little brother had going on his financial life, right? Uh, and I ain't gonna say it was a whole misunderstanding, but like dealing with my mom, she means well, but like the smallest thing you mention of like me or any other my siblings, she kind of she makes a whole mile out of it. She catastrophizes it. She's like, oh, they in debt, they and all this, and then it's like, no, we have systems in place that we're you know it, that we're doing to fix the problem. We're down financially because things happen, life happens.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and it was just like the way uh she kind of just like blew up or started going down this negative path of like what we were doing uh was all based on money, and I'm just like, how how does money influence you that much that like you're ready to just like disregard everything this person's been through. You're ready to give them advice on like just like shutting down their entire lifestyle, their relationships, their their goals, their dreams, just because they're not making enough money. It's time to reevaluate your entire life. It's time to drop the things that aren't making you money, drop these side projects that aren't going anywhere at the moment, and just buckle down, don't spend any money until you're back to green. Right now you in the red, or you in the yellow a little bit, about to go to the red, but right now you need to just stop everything until you're back in the green. Until you get in
Uh,
the
all right, help us out here, Mark, because you said a lot, but it
mm,
wasn't necessarily concise.
mm.
So like you need to let go of the fire hydrant and stop watering this thing down, because I want to know now, like what
Mm.
like based off of what you're saying, like it's like she told you that there, like obviously there was some stuff that she gave you a list of things that she think you should do. What were those things? Like
uh
particularly.
so first it was like, you need to uh stop with all this extracurricular stuff that's going on. Stop with the she calls them expensive trips. But they're not trips. They're visits that we would take to go see Court's family.
Mm-hmm.
Uh my brother was like, well, if she's not on the same page or whatever, if she's, costing you money, maybe you should maybe talk to her or, let her go. I was like, oh, well dang, we on this already. Okay. Uh what else was said? And it was just like stuff like that. It was like, if you need to pick up some extra hours somewhere else, corrections is always hiring or whatever. They always need people. Um, and it was just like just small stuff like that. Like just whatever you need to do to get in the green, you need to do it. If you need to, drop people, if you need to get another job, or just do what you need to get your money up or something like that.
How much is the Dirty Trunk podcast costing you to do? Does it cost a lot? It sounds expensive. It sounds
Sounds
very expensive to
expensive.
do the Dirty Trunk podcast.
That's
And I
expensive at
mean,
all.
I don't know y'all to spend money on like just like on a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I know Courtney, she like to get her hair done, her nails done.
Yeah,
Other
but
than outside of
she
that,
ain't even
like
been doing that.
yeah, I mean, I kind of figured that, but outside of like driving to Baltimore, like would that cost you a tank of gas? Like it don't cost that much to do, right?
Nah, it's 3 hour drive straight stretch.
Y'all ain't staying in
On
no hotel, y'all staying at family house. So like
yeah,
where's the cost coming in at? Like I don't really understand that. So it's like you. So did they tell
Outside
you to
looking
quit the
in.
podcast? That's what I'm trying to. That's
Oh
what
no,
I'm
no,
trying to
no, no.
gauge.
They
Okay. All right. So everybody cool with the podcast. I mean, we're going in the right direction. At least we're going in the right direction with moms on that one. But check this out, bro.
mm,
I I mean, I've been in the red quite a few times. Like even recently, like I went out and I spent way too much money on something. It was like car parts, so I completely own that. We got down to under 1,000. I was like, I think I messed up. I told Alyssa, I was like, so here's what happened. Here's what I'm gonna stop doing, and you know, I understand what happened because Alyssa, she real like I kind of imagine like in the future when our kids are adults, like Alyssa's going to be on the same status as your mom. Like they like financial security. Like
yeah.
that's what their driver is. So like and you talked about your mom in like short order. So like I understand that y'all a little closer than
Mm,
most. She has really deep ties to the things that you're doing, so I understand what's going on. So like you did the right thing by just like letting her know, like, yo, y'all, like, I don't really know exactly what you said based off your text message. Just kind of sound like you just let them have their opinion and you kept moving on. But
yeah.
like, yeah, so explain to us, like, what how did the conversation end? Y'all on good terms? Like everything good?
Yeah, we on good terms. Because it was I had talked with my mom before. I don't know when my brother and my mom had talked, but I had talked to her before. Uh, we was trying to work on the car or get the car worked on because she has like a warranty thing on the engine, and if the engine ever blows or something, we get it fixed for free or some crap like that. We get a new
On your
engine or
mom's
something like
car?
that. Yeah,
On your mom? Okay, yeah.
the car that I'm driving. Um,
Oh, okay.
but
Are you having troubles with the car again?
nah, so there was a point in time where it was like making a funny noise and it was acting real finicky. So we were like, if it does blow, we got the warranty. If it doesn't, then we just keep on pushing. Uh, so it's been driving like really good for a while. So we were like, kind of don't need the warranty now. So just like we're gonna see if we need to get it fixed. We're gonna take it to a dealership just to see if they can find anything wrong with it. If they can fix it, they go ahead and fix it. If not, we'll just drop the warranty. Uh, but yeah, I don't know when my older brother and my mom talked, but I talked with her and she voiced her concerns and I told her I was like, we're just down in a rough spot. With my aunt and the rent, I've been paying what I can, but I'm not even behind that much. Like a couple of overtime will put me in the green. I'm just like, just right now, I just need y'all to wait a little bit because we we in a transitional period right now. Uh, and I told her about I was looking for like other work also, but for some reason I don't know what she took out of that. Uh, she has this thing where it's like she thinks I'm a just quit Amazon off rip and then look for another job, and I'm like, we've been down this road before. I understand not to quit my job before I find another one. We've
And
been
even
through
if you
this
do,
rodeo.
like, it still works out. Like, it's not even that deep. I mean,
Right.
but once again, she's still on that financial security thing, so she don't believe that anything can make money except for a job. So that's one of the problems there. So, but that's a completely different situation. We'll get to that in a second. We'll go ahead.
Yeah. And then a couple of days later, my brother hits me up and he's I guess voicing what he's been hearing, what other people in the family has been saying. No one has contacted me to tell me directly. So I'm
Of
just
course
sitting
not.
there like uh everything's everything's being worked out. Like all the concerns you're having, the rent that's being paid. Not being paid in full, but it's being paid little by little, so I don't get too far behind. And then I'm like, I'm only about like 2 months behind. Like I said, overtime check, boom, takes that out completely. we in the dry season right now. Even with the opportunities they have, like I can't get over like 40 unless I do night shift. But that's neither here nor there. Like I said, it's getting worked out. Like everyone knows that payments are coming. What are we stressing over?
You
You
ain't got
know?
to defend yourself, bro. Just know that you on a podcast about personal self development, and you just put that out there. So, um, I obviously I got a lot of opinions about this, you know, because I don't necessarily like I have family values,
Mhm,
and and like everybody's family values are different, and I just say for me, like what I'm hearing just from you,
mhm.
your mom and your brother disrespected some of my family values. So like I just me
Come on.
personal, like I can't have somebody like first of all, like the talking about my situation to other people, that's not me. Like I don't know about that. Like and then on top of that, that having somebody call me about your concerns about me, like that's not we can't do that. Like the last time my mom did that to me, she got one of my older cousins to call. Like me and my mom having a
Come on.
like we in a dispute,
Mhm.
we in a full dispute. Like we like, yo, I don't like I'm telling her like, yo, I don't like the stuff that you did to me growing up. I'm like airing out the stuff, like I'm trying to have conversation about the stuff that I witnessed growing up. And then all of a sudden, like is she's asking for money during this whole time. And I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Why are we talking about money right now? This is about our relationship. You care about the money or you care about our relationship? Like, yo, I ain't trying to hear that. But somehow my cousin calls me and tells me I'm not being a man. I'm not being a man enough and I'm not taking care of my mom. So, you know what I did? I cut off both of them. Like, I don't have time for that. Like, yo, I got a life that I had to live and I'm building myself up to be the person that they're saying that I can't be. So like I'm projecting that right now, obviously. So I'm gonna bring it back a little bit and let's talk about why you brought this to the podcast. Why, like this particular topic, like
Mhm.
what do you want resolved here? Like, because you know, like at some point I'm gonna end up going off, but I don't want to. I also don't want to disrespect you and your family. So like, obviously I got my opinions, but
Mhm.
I'm trying to keep them
Give
down
enough.
and make sure that I don't overstep my boundaries. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, you good, you good. I just want to, let the people know that like when you have issues like that, like when you're going through that I'm fixing myself, I'm pulling back the bow and arrow to shoot myself forward, you're gonna have that tension. We've mentioned something like this before, but like in the process of you getting your shit together, just point blank getting your shit together, like you're gonna have outside external forces, external people, you know, coming in, putting their 2 cents in. Why you doing it this way? XYZ. Uh why you working on this that's not providing you money at the time? Like you gotta push through that. Like you gotta ignore all that, buckle down and just do what you need to. Like you've gotten to that point in your life for a reason. Like you're smart, you got courage, you got bravery. Don't let those negative forces like just totally disregard everything you've been through to that point. Like you still got to work. You still got to push forward. Like they shouldn't have no influence on your earnings, your way of life and all this other stuff. Like and then with the money aspect, like some people would even go the extra mile and just like, all right, they right because this person or this passion of mine's, because it's not bringing me money, I'ma just shut it down and work a job. We've
So
seen that many times before.
hold,
What's up?
hold it. So is the stuff that you working on that isn't making you money that you keep referring to? Is that the video game stuff that you're doing? Like, is that the like
Well, I
the
mean, they haven't even said anything about like stuff like that, but
so what are you working on that they don't approve of? Like, what are they what they turking you about?
uh They didn't really voice their concern about like, you know, like any Turking issues, but like it's just you're down financially. You need to do everything you need to do to make money, or you need to stop all this extracurricular activities, these expensive trips, and make money and put in extra time to make money. And I'm like, I got the money thing covered. I'm down a little bit, but I'm getting it back.
Anyway, um, wow. All right. So like, check this out, right? Uh,
Mm,
I actually like I'm at a loss for words. Like I don't even know where to go with this situation. Like it's a lot going on here, and like just and like all right. So here's what I want everybody to understand:
mm,
when family comes to you about something, you got to listen with a few things in mind.
oh,
I say few. I'm gonna try to pull a few out of it. Like I wanted to say a few and then end up saying one thing. Um, you gotta listen with a few things in mind. First off, there's something that's brewing that they're anticipating that that they don't want to tell you, and you're gonna have to figure out what that is. Two,
true.
they may know something that you don't know, and three,
Or assume that you don't know.
or assume that you don't know, and three, um, it could just be something that they feel like they have better experience at than you. So once you cancel out those three things and you can determine that those three things are inadequate in this situation, um, if you can determine that those three things are irrelevant in the situation that you're in when your family oversteps into your life, only then can you ignore them and move on with your life. Otherwise, if there's a hint of doubt going into something that they're saying, then there has to be some kind of reflection going into the doubts. Like, because they say like one person say something about you, it must be it's them. If two people say something about you, whoa, wait, I need to take a second look at that. Three people say it about you, then you gotta evaluate. You gotta self reflect and do an assessment on whatever's going on. So and I don't really know what's going on in your particular situation, Mark. Like I can only talk about mine, right? So like I just know. I'm close this. I'm getting distracted by a screen and stuff. I just know that in my personal life, right, I am I am real domineering in my own right.
Mm,
And I don't necessarily like people getting in my business. So whatever I need to do to keep people out of my business is what I do. Like I make sure
I
that
feel
people
that.
are out of my business. Like I don't like a whole bunch of people talking about I don't like a whole bunch of people knowing about what's going on in my world. Like as a reason why, if I'm having an issue with somebody or if I'm having an issue with something, I go talk to my wife. I'll go talk to other people about the issue that I got going on in the house. Like like my financial issues, I don't talk to other people about that. Like I don't like, maybe that's something that my mom taught me, like subconsciously with the whole. Like I told the story on the podcast about how she beat me because I gave somebody the impression that we didn't have the money to pay the cable bill or pay the light bill. It was because I said the lights got cut off, but it was really a thunderstorm. But I got my ass whooped for that, and I think maybe it might be
Come on.
some stuff, some resistance situations that happen. Like it used to happen all the time, bro. Like me as a kid, I'm just saying stuff, and I don't really know what I'm saying. Like one day the cable was out, and I
Mm,
don't know what the hell happened to the cable, but the cable people was outside working on the light pole. I said the cable was out. Somebody thought my mom couldn't pay the cable bill. I got whooped for that. So like it's stuff like that that may have put that into my head. Like when you dealing with something in your personal situation, like nobody needs to know about that. So I don't even make it look like I got any problems. I do like and maybe maybe like that might be the difference because like yo, I you come to talk to me about that. That means that like yo, I'm like I need to personally figure out where I need to go to make sure that you don't even know about this problem. Like that's the first thing that we got to deal with right there. Because like if you can see the issue,
Uh,
like I'm just like I'm like yo, I all right. So it's I need to change some stuff up because like if like say like right now I get a car repossessed. Right now, that would be like the weirdest thing to happen to somebody like me, right? Because like
mm,
it it completely derails everything that I'm trying that like the image that I'm trying to set for myself, right? So like, and I could be I'm think I'm going in the wrong direction with this conversation. So
nah,
I'm going to try to scale it back, but like
I had a question. With all that, that don't add like an extra layer of stress on your end or anything like that. Like you
oh, bro,
trying to
because you know my goals.
true, true.
My goal ain't got nothing to do with you. My goal is to make sure that my family taken care of. So all that
Mm,
other stuff just kind of happened in the back end anyway. But like what I'm saying is like I don't like people in my business. Like that's
I
just
feel
straight
you.
up. Like if you need to know, then I'll let you know. Like if I'm having like a real tough struggle, like I've come to you a few times about some stuff, but like I don't just go out telling people like willy nilly like what's going on in my household like that. Like it ain't real. Like you like for real. Ah man, like I didn't even want people to know that Alyssa was pregnant until everybody that I was close to knew. But all that's the problem was that like we went to
I
work
feel
one
that.
day, it was like she took a pregnancy test and then Bree knew and then you know everybody was coming around like they was like why is Bree crying on the dock like what the fuck is going on and just like
Come on.
yeah just it was yeah it got like I didn't want nobody to know that like I was just like yo wait till it starts showing wait until we at least get to the first appointment to make
Mm,
sure that you know this is like everything good or whatever like I wanted to wait so like yo for real I'm not into that you know you come to me telling me well yo hey man I think you need to yo I ain't into that like for real that's just me I I don't
I feel that. And like it's not just at the level we're at. Like people go through, situations like this. Everybody, yeah, I think it's society. It's the social norm to be in everyone's business from Facebook, Instagram, all that. Like you'll have people come up to you and mention something that happened on Facebook like months ago, or like, oh, I seen this, you alright or something, or I seen you made this post or whatever. I think you should have done it a little differently, or you should have said this a little differently or whatever. But it's just like, first of all, social media is where people express their opinions. Like it's not to be tweaked or criticized
there's
or
a huge gray area there
facts.
that I think you rolled over. I ain't, but we ain't got to go
Oh,
there. It's a huge gray area. We just let's not act like social media is just like you know you can
well,
just post anything on it and there's no
yeah,
consequence. We just went through
yeah,
this.
yeah. I give you that. But like when it's someone's personal life, like I remember a while back, uh, there was a post made. T Pain. We all know T Pain got money, but it was like a post or something. His car had got towed, or they said it got repossessed or whatever. It got towed, but people were saying it got repossessed,
Right.
and the whole situation got blown out of the water. Oh, T Pain got no money. We know T Pain got money. What happened was, I think like the something was wrong with the engine. He had needed to put it in the shop. He needed to get it towed to get it to the shop. But
Hmm.
because social media is like negative, people turn a heel into a mole ground or whatever. It got taken out of context, and like it was strictly negative. It won't like, oh, he needs help, or oh, this, he ain't got no money. What are he doing with his time and his money when he got cars being repossessed out here? I'm like, the man's I don't know what's his net worth is, but I'm pretty sure it's up there. Like man's doing better than some, better than the people that are criticizing
Is
or
he still
making these
making
posts.
music?
Yeah, uh, not as much as he used. He ain't like pushing things out, but he'll drop something here and there.
I mean, if let's be real, if that was the case, like if he was getting his car repossessed, bro, like there would be a conversation of like, yo, what is he doing with his time, and what did he do with that money? Because like, let's be real, Mark. When Hammer did it, ain't nobody want to talk about the problem that led up to what he was doing. Like, and I don't know if there were
Right.
people talking to him about what was going on before it happened. All I know is $32 million got wasted, and my man ain't got no money no more. So like, and he had a whole bunch of people around him. He was paying folks doing I don't know what he had them doing. Like he just had folks like he paying folks $1 million a year just to stand around him. Like he just like there was like just $500,000 here just because you bought me something to eat on Tuesday. Like yo, like he was just giving out money and like all those dudes broke. So I don't know if there was somebody coming to talk to him about that, but like for real, like if once you lose $32 million is a time. It's not the time to talk about like yo, what did you do with that? What were you doing with your time? Like for real, we got to come address the situation beforehand so we don't get to losing the $32 million. So you know what on your mom's part, bro. I understand why it happened.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I really I get it. So like I'm not even about to say like anything negative towards what's going on, but like I said, like if there's something to be said, something to talk about, like just talk it through and just keep it moving. Like, go, what'd you say?
Oh no, I was agreeing with you. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. So like for real, some of y'all out there, man, y'all are in situations and you got pride. Like I'll be the first one to tell you I got pride in what I got going on. Like I'm talking like legacy status. Like I want to make my kids trust fund babies kind of status. Like that's the type of situation I'm on. And I know a lot of y'all ain't necessarily on that. Y'all not trying to do that. Y'all don't want to go that far with your life. Well, I ain't gonna say you don't want to go that far with your life because that sounds negative, but you know, you're not necessarily the one trying to change the world and make a big impact, and you know, and try to reach that deep into your family bloodline. But you know, I'm checking stuff like, you know, I mean, some of y'all probably don't because like I think between the two of us, I'm the only wrestling fan, but you know. I'm looking at the like the Rocks family and how they dominating like sports entertainment. Like they all up in football, they all up in basketball, they in like every wrestling league ever. And I'm like, yo, I want that for my family. Like I don't even know what industry we won't do that in, but like I want that, like for real. So you know, I like that's just the type of stuff I'm on. But like some of y'all not necessarily on that, and I get it, and I understand that. But like for real, y'all end up in situations where my I is this is a hard it's a hard conversation, bro. It really is because you personally going through it, and I'm really trying not to go there, bro.
Nah, go ahead.
I really try not to go there, like, cause I don't want you to think that I'm trying to like disrespect you or step on you either, bro. Cause so like, but like for real, you got things going on, and some of y'all, and I watch other people do it too, bro. I watch so many people do it. Like you going through stuff, and you know the answer. People telling you the answer, and it's like I'm just gonna follow I'm gonna beat my own drum. And not to say that that's what you're doing, Mark, because I don't think you're doing that wrong. Honestly, I think you know you just got caught up you got caught up in a time. You said it's a transitional period, but you got let's be conscious of the people who are going through something, going in the wrong direction, and people are telling them that they're going in the wrong direction. Like I'm thinking of a person right now who's going in the, the pregnant one, going in the wrong direction, and everybody telling you what to do, and you just not even listening. You just like, I'm just gonna do what I want to do.
Yeah, and with that one, usually, I think we talked about it before. Like people like that in her situation, they don't get right, or they don't get on the right page until they have that life changing event. That
Tell us too late.
yeah, yeah, and with that, you know, uh, you know, she won't looking like she had just got like small love taps. Like it was, I was like, dang, that box hit you
Yeah,
pretty
them
good.
tabs hurt. He must love you. They say you only pick on the ones that you love. He loved the shit out of her.
Yep.
I loved her right in her eye, her forehead, neck, all that.
But yeah,
Bruh.
how we get here anyway. Uh, yeah, that would be like a extreme case of like, you know, everyone has their opinion. Everyone's telling me that I should be going down this path, or I should be working towards better in my life, but like I just want to do this, or I just want to go down this particular path for some strange reason. Um and like I said, she won't they won't get back on the right path until they have that almost, death situation. Like, you know, they end up in the hospital, or Lord forbid that he does something and she has complications with the pregnancy or whatever. But like in that situation, it's a roll of the dice. You don't know if you're gonna get a one or a whole six with that situation. It's too uncontrollable. It's too unknown to tell. Like it could go either way. And if a one comes out or a six comes out, depending on the level of the severity of what could happen, you know, she won't have nobody to blame but herself. She stayed.
Yeah.
And like you
Yeah.
said, at that point it's too late. I mean, you're gonna have to move on afterwards, and it's gonna be a struggle, because it might be a situation where she loses a lot more than
I'm
what she
about to say,
has.
'cause even if you are physically able to move on after it's all said and done,
Right.
you might not even have that luxury.
So if you guys are or going down the wrong path, like there has to be a point where you self reflect. Like that's the biggest thing right there. You have to be able to look at yourself and be like, yo, I want to be better. I want to be better than the person I was yesterday. So let me put a system in place. Let me learn a skill. Let me get out of this negative situation that I am. Just let me do better. I want to do better. I want better for not only me, but my legacy, my family. Let me do what needs to be done to get to that point. Uh, see, that's all. Yeah, point blank, simple. Be better, people. Be
Bruh.
better.
Like, yeah, I can piggyback on that part, man, because like it's a matter of making sure that everything is in line to propel you forward. And
Mhm.
if there's some things that aren't in line to propel you forward, like you gotta reevaluate. And I talked about it on so many episodes of this podcast before, man. And like I went back and started listening to some of the older episodes again, bro. And I was still talking about the same thing, and I'm still prone in the way I was back when I left my ex-wife, bro. Like for real, like I'm still doing that today. And I do that not because I'm being mean to people or I'm being insensitive to other people's problems or whatever the case is, but I do that because if the influence of their problems is influencing me in a negative way, then I need to make sure that I move progress through that situation the best way possible. So like for real, like you bringing negativity, like I got to make sure that we separate, cut ties, like whatever we need to do. We need to talk about it. We need to mend things up or whatever the case is. But like, bro, I don't keep people around me that bring me down, and that's just the way you got to look at life. That's just how you got to look at it. Like, yo, I got a goal. I gotta go. Like I ain't about all that, stand still, twirl around, play ring around the rosy around the problem. Like I ain't about all that. I ain't got the time, bro. I'm 32 years old. I turned 33 and something. I turned 33 in 3 months, bro. And I got a kid on the way. I ain't got time for that. And in fact, I'm behind now. So I'm not about to be playing with you, like for real. So like for real, y'all gotta be on that, man. Like you gotta it's about doing whatever it takes to move forward. Whatever it takes, man. Like it's up to you to make sure it happens, bro. Like it ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. Ain't nobody gonna be able to fix it when you break it, bro. So like the best thing to do is to just not break it in the first place. That takes some discipline to get that done, bro. I promise you it do. There's situations like even yesterday I made a decision to just go ahead and bounce up out of the joint because I'm like, yo, I ain't really feeling this shit, but it's the only thing paying the bills right now. I can't deny that that's the only thing paying the bills. Until I'm boss enough to make me do what my boss make me do on a day-to-day basis, I can't do nothing but go to my boss. I can't do nothing but that, and I understand that. So that's why I fight so hard to make sure that everything that I do is lined up to push me into that direction, because I gotta fire my boss at some point. I got to do that for myself, and I got to do that for my family, because my boss don't give a damn about it, none of this. Like, yo, for real, like my boss don't give a damn about them books. My boss don't give a damn that I got a kid coming up. He ain't congratulate me not one time, bro. Literally, not one time did he congratulate me on having a kid, bro. Not one time did he congratulate me on getting married, bro. Not one time, bro. He don't care about that. So I got to make sure that I put myself in the position to put my family in the best position possible, bro. I made a promise to myself that my kid will never be born. I will not have a kid born in the same financial situation that I was born in when I came into this world. And I'd be damned if I go out and let my kid go fall into that same trap, bro. When they grow up, I promise you they're gonna be on a different status. This is gonna be a whole new level of Bitcoin when my child turns 18, and I can't wait to see it. But I gotta make sure, for at the time being, for right now, that everything is buttoned up and zipped up properly to make sure that we get there, bro. There's no excuses, none. Y'all got to get to a point where an ET say you owe you. You got to get to a point where you say, I owe me this. I owe me this. There's nobody else that's going to give me this. I take 100% ownership, 100% responsibility, and I am going to make sure that no matter what happens, the only progression that we're going to be making is upward motion, not downward. I'm going to recommend a book right now, and I can't remember the name of the let me make sure I got it right. I recommend a book to the people listening right now. This book changed my life, bro. It really did. And the bad thing about it, when I read it, it didn't even first of all, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I didn't even read the book, but I got the principles from the book by listening to people talk about the book. And I've read like a few pages of it, but it's called extreme ownership.
Extreme. Ooh.
Extreme ownership.
Okay.
What? I ain't even read the author's name. Jocko Willink is Jocko Willink is the name is the guy's name. Jocko Willink. That's the book. It's called Extreme Ownership. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and download that audio book because like it's talking about how the Navy SEALs when like their mentality when they go on a mission, like there's no like no matter what the outside circumstances are, how they perceive their own goals, and they don't care who is involved. They're going to make sure that they finish their mission. So it's called extreme ownership because they take complete ownership of everything that happens, every outcome. If they don't make it happen, then it don't happen. Like point blank, period. You think about the Navy SEALs who went to go get Osama bin Laden. When they went in, they was like, all right, no civilian casualties. They made sure that happened. It was just 6 of them, bro, and they went in against a whole team of people. It was like the movies, bro. Like and Barack was sitting up there watching the joint from the Pentagon, and they're like, "Yo, no civilian casualties. We don't care how many people in here shooting. We ain't gonna have no civilian casualties." And they made sure they didn't, bro. Because they said it, it didn't happen. But they said when we go in here, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. Even when the helicopter blew up behind them, it was like, yo, it don't matter. We gotta go. Like we gotta go in there. Like it don't matter. The escape route is done. We got whatever it is. What it is. We gotta go in here. And they went in there and they did exactly what they said they was gonna do. They caught Osama bin Laden and they had no civilian casualties, no matter how many people were shooting in there. So extreme ownership. They took responsibility of everything that took place in that mission. And I think that I want to say that book goes into that, but that's the story that I was told that made me understand the extreme ownership to that level, bro. I think I'm gonna download that book and listen to it today.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, from the title alone, it puts me in a headspace of like exactly what you just said. Like everything that happens, everything that I say will happen, is all on me. And like a lot of people, especially at the job, they're on that woe is me. Oh, why this happened to me? Why people picking on me? No, it's you. Like you decide the outcome of your day. You decide the outcome of your life, your relationships, your business relationships, all that. All that is on you. Like there's no external force that could derail your life unless you allow it. You know, you got a gust of wind, and for some reason you're just toppling over because you got a gust of wind blew on you. You need to stand firm and just
instead of just turning to the wind and just go where it take you.
right. You fighting against everything that comes your way, and you just like everything keeps happening to me because of you, because of your actions, because of your mindset. It's all you. Like the person we talk about on this podcast a lot that has nothing going for himself. Like I was sitting there, sat with him I think at lunch one time, and I'm sitting there, I'm in the zone. I'm watching YouTube videos right now, new AI tools or whatever to better my skills and whatnot. He's like, "What are you writing down?" I'm like, "AI tools." "Why are you doing that?" "So I can stop working here." "What do you why would you want to do all that and all this other stuff?" And I'm just like, all right, bro, I understand your concern. I really don't, but I'm just like
Too much talking for me, bro. Stop talking. Too much. It's like it's too much, bro. Like
like all these questions. Like I told you the answer already, but I'm like, you have people like that are just like, why would you want to do the things you're doing to pull yourself out? And I'm just like, why wouldn't you? Like, why?
that's the question I had right there. Why wouldn't you? Where are you at for you? Because I'm here for me. Where you at for you?
Facts.
That's the question. That's the question I got right there. Like, all right, so check. Like, I'm just like, yo, so I'm good on that. I remember somebody asked me a question like that. I was just like, no, thank you, and just put my headphones back in.
It's like, I
I'm like,
already
I'm
know where
working
this is
right now.
going.
I remember my boy. I ain't gonna call him out like that because it sounded embarrassing. I shouted him out on the podcast before, but I'm sitting in the break room and I'm writing right before the shift, and he come up talking about his book, and I was like, yo, I'm working right now, so
Come on.
I'll talk to you after I clock in.
Facts.
And he started talking again, and I was just like, all right, yeah, yeah. I'm like that, bro. Savage. Gotta be.
Yeah.
Because my manager, he's savage too. He look at where it got him. He's savage at my expense.
Come on.
Yeah, yeah. He's savage at our expense. Anybody who work under him, he's savage at our
Yeah.
expense. Because he used us just like tools, bro.
Palms in the chest match.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, we not even that. We probably the squares underneath it to him, bro.
Come on.
Yeah,
Dang.
we not. Yeah, he don't care about nothing but him, bro. I promise you, he don't. Like you can listen to it when he talk, bro. He don't care about nothing. No, he don't care about the people, bro. And it's gotten him. It's gotten him to where he is now. That's how he. That's how he got that far out.
That's great. That is great.
So if corporate America is willing to allow people to be a snake just to get ahead in life, what are you willing to do? That's the question that we asked you today. We got to end this podcast.
Yep. All right. So, what do we have coming up, sir?
So I just finished plotting out all of the pages for the Sigma 6 comic book, bro. I just finished plotting out every last one. I got maybe like I said I was on the last page, but then I was like, maybe I need to do a little bit more to make sure that the story ends on a good note. So I found that spot, that good note, and all of the pages are now plotted for Sigma 6 Comics and waiting for me to go through and do line art, bro. So I'm excited about it. It's looking good based on some of the things that I sketched up, bro. And I can't wait to finish it. I can't wait to put it out there. I can't wait to show everybody what I've been working on, bro. I mean, obviously show you because it's going on sale. I'm not putting that out for free, but maybe like the first 2 or 3 pages, maybe. But I am excited about that, bro. I'm almost done working on book 5 of the Arcana Calamity series, and yeah, man. Those are the 2 biggest things that I'm working on right now. And once I'm done with that, I'm going back into book 1. And once I'm done with book 1, after I get myself out of this little hole that I put myself in, we're going back into the convention scene, man. I talked to Alyssa about this recently, and she said, because my thought process was like, yo, I don't think we're gonna be able to do conventions. We got a kid on the way, and she was like, they don't have strollers. It's like, yeah, yes. So like, that's pretty much what's happening there, man. I can't wait. It's going to be it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun. Even though it ain't going to be fun, it's going to be fun. We got a lot of hard work ahead of us, man. Like I can't stop now. I can't.
All right. So, but before we that reminded me of a video I just seen. Get it by any means, right? So, dude went to Home Depot, right? He's like, gotta get the stuff, gotta repair whatever I need to at the house. So he pulls out the baby thing, the whole foldable jank where you put them in there and they play around or they either sleep or like little small
Pack and play.
babies.
Yeah.
Pack and play. He pulls that out. He puts that on a little dolly. That little big old dolly that they got on
I saw
Home
that
Depot.
video.
He strapped it down, put the baby in there. He went to getting his stuff. I was like, yo, get it by any means.
Yeah. Alyssa showed me that. She was like, "This is gonna be you." I'm at Home Depot way more than I should be, bro. I promise you, I am.
Come on.
And
Hey,
I promise
gotta
you, I
get
am.
it.
As a homeowner, bro,
I feel
it's
that.
just the place to be.
I feel
I go
that.
there today.
Come on. So on my end, people look forward to go on Redbubble, Etsy, and we're working on Amazon. I got a couple of designs up there that I'm gonna put to trying to just get something going a little bit, get some extra income coming in. Uh, you know, um, ooh,
Stop.
also,
We'll talk about it when you get it up.
all right, cool. It's up. Redbubble is up. I just need to figure out Etsy. Etsy, need to do a little extra to get
Good
those
luck.
shops up there. You tried Etsy before?
You know I have. We got merch. We got merch at some point. Like Etsy is. I hate putting anything on Etsy. Plus, they
Come
take their
on,
percentage. Their percentages is ridiculous, bro. Like, why? Why do you need? Why do you need 37% of this product sale? Like, what do you need this for?
come on.
Like, I gotta pay you for the account anyway. Why do you need to take percentage of the product sale? Like, I ain't about all that.
Come on. But yeah, look forward to that, people. Other than that, that's all I have. This has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack. Before we go, please trample over that like and subscribe button. We do this for y'all because we love y'all. And always remember, those who shy away from addressing the elephant in the room are doomed to be crushed by the weight of it. We love y'all.
Peace. Love y'all. See y'all next week.